YouTube streaming. Oh, no, they're not. Damn Good Time Podcast. Damn Good Time Podcast. Hopefully we'll make it last. Yeah. Damn Good Time. ADGT. 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 That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time Podcast.
Hit him with it from the new studio.
Look at this. Would you just fucking look at this? I know if you're not watching, you have no idea what's going on right now.
We're doing spirit fingers.
Yeah, and we're excited. We're excited, dude. I'm excited, at least.
Yeah, we got our own room now.
Yes, we do.
Inside your abode.
Yes, we literally just kind of moved down the hall.
Yeah. The kitchen sink is gone. We apologize. That upset. It's probably going to upset a few people.
Yeah.
But look at our nice decor we put up.
Yes. Dude, we spent a lot of fucking money and a lot of fucking time getting this studio up and running. So hopefully you appreciate it. I know for me, honestly, this just makes me feel so much better in my soul because, like, look at this. Look at how beautiful this is.
You could see more of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
all
good
good
things going on here.
So much better.
I'm pulling my shirt out here, like, do I look fat? I don't know.
Nah, man, you look sexy, dude.
I'm in my work clothes still because I
You-
came straight from work to here.
You look sexy, bro.
Just so we can get started. No, but this is kind of phase one, right? We he kicked your brother-in-law out of here. Actually, bought a house.
And real quick disclaimer for anybody listening, not watching, this is a stripped down set.
Yeah.
we found a little table in the corner. We have, I took a lot of time hanging that Browns thing up there.
in our anniversary picture here.
Yeah, it might be sideways, but that's. But no, so yeah, go on.
So this is kind of phase one.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of plans, a lot of ideas.
Yeah,
How fast they come true, we don't know.
it might take a little while.
It'll take a little while, but we're gonna make it happen regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be fun. And our biggest thing that we will be thankful for is when we are done, we don't have to put this shit away
Yeah, yeah.
and put it back together when we start again. So,
Right. And I think we've touched on this before, where whenever we're done with this show, all of the audio visual recording that you're looking at, all the AV stuff you see, we put it into a tote and then it goes into a closet.
Yeah.
And then next week we break it all back out, set it all up again, and somehow I still never got this. It's like I feel like every week it's been how many? 2 years now?
Yeah.
100+ episodes.
What episode number is this?
Oh, this should
7,000.
be 7,000. This should be. Hold on, I can tell you right now. This will be 110. 110.
110. That's a good number.
Yeah.
For a new studio. You know,
Yeah,
if
dude.
you do 110 podcast episodes, you need a new studio.
Exactly. But yeah, so we got used to, which it wasn't that hard. Set up, breakdown every day.
No, we're pretty quick about it.
Yeah, and but now we've got this new room, and like you said, we at my household we housed the man that needed help, and it used to be a spare bedroom, and then once he got out, we kind of thought, me and the wife kicked around the idea of, you know what? Instead of having a spare bedroom, let's turn this into. I think it also helped that like we could have done this probably from day one.
Yeah.
But I do believe, not to say that they were non-believers, that they were naysayers or anything like that, but it was kind of one
Quite
of those
a
things.
few of them.
But I mean, and I get that. I get that too. Like it was.
Well,
it
is
was-
this just a thing you're gonna do for
right?
a few weeks,
And then it
a few
fizzles out.
months, and
Right.
you're gonna be like, you know what? It's not going anywhere. Let's not do it.
Right.
I get it, but you know what? 2 years later, 110
later.
episodes later,
Yeah.
we're still here.
109 in the books, recording 110.
Yeah,
We're still here. We're still doing it, and we still fucking enjoy it.
still enjoy it. Yeah,
Hey, we're still having a damn good time.
we're still having a damn
Yeah.
good time. Let's go.
Yeah, dude. So this is the birth of the new studio.
Yes.
We got all the other stuff out of here. We kind of just put together whatever we could find. We didn't really have to do it from here today, but we wanted to.
Yeah, we wanted to get a feel for it. We wanted to see the acoustics.
Yeah.
You know, we got to make sure we pop.
Yeah. We realized we have a lot of work to do on lighting, and obviously stage decor.
A lot of work on lighting,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Because there's one light in this ceiling
burped
up
in the
here,
mic.
and we
God.
got to figure that out. We gross.
Sorry.
Excuse you.
I'm sorry. Act like this is my first time. Oh, it's a new studio, new burp, I guess.
Yeah. A lot of lighting work, things we can do, decorations, sound panels.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make it.
It's got great potential.
We'll make it. We'll make it awesome.
Yeah, great fucking potential. And you know, I was even thinking because we've talked about the streaming thing before. This could turn into our little podcast studio / streaming lab. You know,
Yeah.
and even because 90% of the time, whenever this episode's over, I grab the laptop and it sits on my lap and whatever room that the kids are watching TV in or anything. And then I always feel like I'm just like clunking around my laptop and trying to edit it out stuff. It'd be cool to have like a desk in the corner where I can like, you know what? Let me sit down, do my shit. Dad's in the studio.
Yeah.
Leave him alone, right?
Or, eventually we got our producer.
Yeah.
We got our guy over there in the corner. He's plugging away,
Yeah.
throwing us feedback, throwing us stuff out to us, throwing us comments, we're going to get there in a couple more years.
Maybe get some multicam set up. Our producer could be switching cams on us and shit, getting the close-ups, getting the faraways,
I mean, we're basically about Joe Rogan at this point.
Yeah,
so.
dude. Yeah. And like, I don't know, in the next year, people are going to be like, Joe who?
Yeah, right.
It's all about a damn good time.
It's all about a damn good time.
And we're building up speed, too.
We are. We're picking up a little pace.
I mean, they're always getting...
Nothing crazy.
No,
Mind
no.
you, we've not made a cent yet. But
No, we haven't made a cent. We haven't had 1,000 followers overnight or anything like that. We did pick up... We got a new comment. I want to throw out to... shout out to Orlando Alvarez.
Orlando.
He commented on last week's episode saying the algorithm... He found us through the algorithm, so the algo's working for us.
And he was
baby.
happy about it.
Yeah, dude, that's
He's like, it blessed me. He said it blessed him. The algorithm blessed him with our podcast.
I wanted to bring up the comment and read it out loud, but I got YouTube doing live shit, so I can't go back. But he said the algorithm blessed him with us.
Yeah, and the work parties are always drama too.
Yeah.
And I don't remember talking about work parties, but I'm sure we did.
Yeah. And so Orlando, if you're listening, we appreciate the new listener. We appreciate the comments. Always comment. Always talk to us.
Yeah.
And just a heads up, we kind of forget about what we talk about.
Yeah.
So
a lot of times, and I'm bad about not listening back. If I do, I skim it, and I should listen to the whole thing. But.
Yeah. Yeah,
sometimes I don't know.
Maybe we should treat this like a sports thing, and every Sunday once I get the episode edited out, we need to get together and watch film.
Yeah, watch film.
Yeah,
you're a little weird right there, man. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, you shouldn't have replied in that way, or maybe you should have gave him a little more time to talk, or treat it like a sports thing and go through the reps and watch the film.
Your tongue rolling at the beginning was a little weird, Cody. I don't know about that one.
Oh, last week we did when you came up from behind the bar thing too. That was brand new. We tried something new there.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It was funny. I thought it was funny. I giggled whenever I was looking back at it, editing shit out. Yeah.
Just
I forget what noise you made, but it was funny.
Yeah. The ideas we come up with sometimes are could be good, could be terrible. I don't know. Hopefully they're a damn good time.
That's all we ever want.
Yeah. That's it.
So what else has been going on, man? How's your week been?
Oh, my week. Okay. Where we at? What day is it?
It's
no. I've had a week of no kids. So pretty good.
Free as the wind.
Yeah, doing some projects. But still not getting enough done. Even though you don't have kids, it's like you feel like you got all the time in the world. But then I realize now I don't have a specific time to pick them up. So my day goes on longer for work. Whereas normally I'd be rushing back to like pick them up or do whatever. But
you're working more, grinding more at the job.
Right.
I got you.
Right.
That
Normally
sucks.
I'd pick them up and then take them home and then do a little bit of work and then, now it's time to start dinner, and I start dinner and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't have to do that, so I can just work a little bit more.
So you just slave away?
Yeah. Either way, you just slave
it away.
to your work or your children, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially at this age, I mean, obviously. But
Yeah. Pretty, yeah.
But yeah, other than that, there's not a lot crazy this week. The
Yeah.
weather hasn't been the nicest, so it's not like it's a lot of fun. Some nice days, a lot of rain.
Right.
Just,
Yeah.
it's just weather right now.
Yeah.
At least it's not snowing, but it's not fantastic either.
Yeah. It's, I was out in California and it was beautiful, and I came home to this.
Yeah.
We're 60 degrees and raining right now. It sucks. But I kind of want to revert back because this is something I wanted to bring up and perfect segue into is that whole working and slaving away thing.
Yeah.
I was witness to a young lady sitting beside me on a plane today from Minneapolis, St. Paul to Cleveland. We're talking 2-hour flight, right? And at one point, she got so concerned because she couldn't get the Wi-Fi. And, as the beverage cart came through to get me a Diet Coke, and then she got a coffee and shit. And she was asking the flight attendant why she couldn't get the Wi-Fi, and the flight attendant's like, oh, usually like the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi or the Wi-Fi with points thing only happens on the main lines. These connecting flights, it's different. You usually got to pay. So then this chick starts putting in her PayPal information, which, by the way, shield your fucking computer.
Right.
Or do it on your phone. I saw all of her information, and I didn't even have to, look.
You're just, glancing, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Literally just a side eye, and then I even,
You should have brought your phone up and, snap, and she's like, what are you doing? Nothing.
Teaching you a lesson.
Yeah.
Teaching you a lesson. But no, I mean, so then I just okay, look out the window or something, because I had the window seat. I was like, look out the window. Guys, I didn't want to feel creepy, but sometimes when people are on their phones, screens draw us, right? I feel like it's an addiction thing.
Like somebody's phone rings, you're immediately you look down at it, and I always feel bad when somebody looks back at you and you're looking at their phone and they're texting or something. Yeah. And I do it on a work basis when I'm with a customer, and I'm like, I didn't mean to look at your phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but so even and maybe it was a business expense, but she was a teacher because she was reading a book about being a better teacher. So I'm guessing she was a teacher, right? So it takes her way too long because Wi-Fi in planes is fucking janky. All right.
Oh, I'm sure, right?
It's janky as shit.
I've never used it, but I'm sure it's got to be janky.
Takes her way too long. I know on Delta for the one service, it's if you're signing up for the flight, it's $9.95. So she paid $10 to have her laptop out, check a couple emails, and then put it away. And then, so I'm wondering, it kind of brings me to that thing, how much of that was business crucial? How did you need to be online for that split second? Check a couple emails, maybe send some response, blah, blah, blah. Or how much of it is, I also feel like there's a lot of it where it's an image. It's an image thing to be look at how cool I am. I'm so important that I need to check my emails on an airplane. And I feel like in her case, it might have been more towards that.
Well, I think some people are so terrified. I'll give you an example. I think my wife at her job is definitely an overachiever. And it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think that she goes above and beyond to make sure she's held in good rapport at her job. Where
without divulging too much information, she's in sales.
Right.
So
she works from home. She's on sales. She's on a computer all the time. Phone calls come in through the computer. Everything. I think sometimes she's overly worried. There's somebody watching them.
Right.
And it's not as big of a deal as you would think.
Right.
And at least that's my perspective. I still have that because I'm on the road on sales.
Right.
I still have a feeling that they could be GPS tracking my work phone and stuff like that to see you're actually moving and doing what you're doing. Now, can they hold you accountable for it? Absolutely not. This because it would be illegal as hell.
Right.
But I think some people, especially in a remote situation, feel like there's somebody like a big brother watching them, and it's a little harder than that. Or maybe she just had a really good email she had to get and had to respond to quickly. But
I don't know. The vibe I got from this lady was that it was more of a look at how good of a business person I am on a plane type thing.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, I get it. Sometimes between flights, you don't have time to eat, so you get something, you get something to go and you have a little snack on the plane or whatever. But like as soon as we sat down, she brought out her little ham, egg, and cheese bagel thing that she probably bought in one of the terminals and paid too much money for.
Yeah.
Then sat there and opened up her book. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm going to do on the plane. I'm going to read my book. And then, oh, nope. Now it's time for laptop time. You know, gotta answer the emails and blah, 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 blah.
Maybe that crucial email came through right before takeoff.
To me, it feels like it was more of a show of like
trying to help her out. All right.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, I get it. And it could have been, I could be throwing.
Maybe she was trying to like throw a little, like, hey, mister beside me.
Look at how important.
Look how important I am. What are you doing later? You want to ask me about my emails?
The only thing she's showing me is that she's too much of a busy business person to worry about anything other than business.
Yeah, what if she like brought up like
and here's another thing.
Big burly man porn.
Here's another thing is she put 2 things in the overhead compartment.
No, she's special though.
No, nobody. You don't put 2 things up there. You put you have your little carry on. You have your little. If you're because hers was all business, no luggage. Like nothing looked like it was clothes. It was a backpack, and then like a satchel, like a beach bag almost. Like the beach bag thing should go under the seat, and then the backpack thing should go up in the overhead. But no, she put them both up there, taking up extra space. And then I don't know.
Smash them. You just smash them with your suitcase. You just shove her shit.
Yeah. I just had a weird.
Throw it right on top of them.
Yeah, I mean, like, so since I pack for a week, and I have to have work clothes and all kinds of other shit, I check my clothes. So my carry-on is backpack with all the battery stuff because you can't put those in the check bag. So laptop, electronics, backpack there. And then I wear my belly bag, my Merce, and that has everything that I need to access during a flight. So extra battery pack for charging my phone cables for needed, gum, and then maybe some snacks. And then a wallet, cell phone goes in there whenever, so I'm not overloading my pockets walking through shit. So I carry a purse, basically. Yeah. That goes under the seat.
Your beautiful fanny pack.
Yeah, that goes under the seat. Laptop and shit goes up because there's nothing ever pressing enough that can't wait till I get off of a fucking flight. But I'd feel like hers was just like, I'm on a flight. I got to eat a bagel. I got to have my coffee. I got to have, now it's laptop time. Let me check that. Oh, now it's time to read a book. And like, oh, now it's time to do this. Like, why do you need so many fucking things? It's only 2 hours. That's kind of my point is.
I'm only ever worried if I get on a plane, can I get a cocktail?
Yeah.
That's all that goes to my head. What's this drink service like?
Yeah.
That's about it.
I get that. I can't do that because normally when I land, I got to check out a rental car and shit.
I got it. Or, I pre-downloaded some Netflix or something. I'm like, I'm going to watch this show while I'm on there. I'm going to watch this movie. Got my Bluetooth headset ready to go.
Yeah, and I can't understand what was so important that you had to spend $10 for literally probably like 10 minutes of laptop time.
Teach their own, man.
Yeah. No, hey, maybe here I am yucking her yum. Maybe that's her thing. She likes to be connected. She likes to have the options.
I feel like she had an important email and it just came through when she was reading her book. She's like, "Oh shit, I gotta." But I don't know why you can't do that from your phone. But she's like, I can bring my laptop out.
Yeah. See, like the way I travel might be a little different. I don't like to have all my clothes in a bag that I put above me. I like to check a bag.
Oh, it can be dangerous.
But with business, they're paying back for the baggage fees anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anytime I travel for work, I get reimbursed for any baggage fees, which is fine. So go for it. But since I've been doing this a lot more, it's like, oh, if I travel with the kids, guess what? You get a carry-on, Sarah, you get a carry-on. And then, because here soon, my status will allow me to, like, check 2 bags for free on certain flights and shit and stuff. It's like, we'll put all the heavy shit in there, fucking dump it, let's go. But I don't know. I like to travel light. I like to not do much. I'll like you said, download some Netflix, download some HBO Go, Most of the streaming apps allow you to download some shit.
Yeah.
I watch those, and Delta, we fly Delta a lot, so they always have a screen in front of you. So you just plug in some headphones and stream whatever movie you want to watch there. Like, I've seen some good movies on Delta flights.
Right.
Like Ghostbusters. Have you seen the newest Ghostbusters?
No.
With Paul Rudd and shit?
No, I won't.
Oh, my God. It's so good. So good. Well done. Very well done. But I watched that one on a flight, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
because, like, I didn't want to have to, like, always have to be digging around, grabbing things, doing this, do that, do this, do that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it changes flight to flight. Like, I've been on some long flights where it's like it's a whole production. They have movies like blasted everywhere because they know you're, I was flying California to New Zealand. So it was like, that was a way bigger plane with a lot more going on. So,
Right.
Yeah. No, I get it. And like you say, I do like travel light too. Like, especially if like a weekend vacation or 1 week. Like,
Right.
1 week, I'm like, all right, I got 8 pairs of underwear. I'm good to go.
right. Yeah. I'm going to shit myself 8 times in 4 days.
I'm gonna need 1 extra pair just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And honestly, for me, it's like anything that I don't need on the flight, check it. Pay the extra so I don't have to carry it around through the airport, through connecting flights. And even today, I had a 20-minute connection between San Fran to MSP to Cleveland. That's when I landed in Minneapolis to when I took off in Minneapolis. I had 20 minutes to catch that flight. And the way it was set up, it was the farthest gate on Terminal F to the farthest gate in Terminal A. And I probably ran a mile to get there in the 20 minutes. And luckily, all I had was my purse, my belly bag, and my backpack. Right. Like, to carry a fucking roller with you too, like with all your clothes in it and shit. Fuck that. That would have sucked. That would have sucked. So it was hard enough with a backpack and a goddamn belly bag on, you know.
Yeah, you hope you never have those short connecting flights. Yeah. 'Cause that sucks for sure.
And that's, I took the red eye out of San Fran at midnight their time last night to get in at 10 our time this morning, and I never want to do that again. I thought, yeah, man, you're tired enough, you can sleep on a plane. You can't fucking sleep on planes.
Nah, it's rough.
And then even like when I took off from San Fran, I got a couple drinks in me at the bar. I was like, you know what? Why don't I ever take melatonin? I'm going to pop some melatonin on a plane. Let me pass the fuck out. And I made it for like an hour until Joe Schmo beside me decided that he really wanted to just crinkle the fuck out of the wrapper on the snack that they gave him. And I just woke up. I was like this close to going crazy. like, because I just like, I'd get back to sleep and I hear, oh, fuck. I was mad, but I knew it was just I was tired and shit. But still, traveling's stupid sometimes.
Yeah, like be quiet when the plane's dark.
Oh yeah,
and like somebody's like, like pour the stuff out. Do it. You got a tray in front of you.
Yeah,
just make one noise real quick, and then be done.
Yeah, I get it. You got to open the bag, so that's gonna be a noise. But like, I felt like he was like just making love to it, like he was practicing. He was practicing his finger technique, getting them Doritos out of no, they were sun chips, getting them sun chips out of the bag. Yeah. He was really practicing how he would like to please somebody with his fingers, trying to get them fucking sun chips out of that bag.
Get that last crumb out of the corner.
Yeah, dude, dump it.
Yeah.
Just dump it. Don't finger out every goddamn last crumb. Dump it.
I'm sure he's got, headphones on or whatever, earbuds in, and he's probably like doesn't even realize he's being loud as shit.
Yeah.
That's the other problem too, when people have like earbuds in and like somebody's trying to talk to them and then they're talking extremely loud because they don't realize it. And it's like, oh man.
There's a fucking old song. I forget what album, but it's Bloodhound Gang. Way back in the day. And that song, it was just called Farting with a Walkman On. And it's like, it's basically kind of that same attitude. Like, yeah, you're just farting with a Walkman on. Like, you're trying to do whatever you can without actually hearing how much noise you're making, Right. So
they make all these noise canceling headphones. Well, you shouldn't cancel your own noise.
yeah, that's the thing people don't realize. They cancel the noise that you're making too. So stop.
Well, you're home now. Everything's good.
Yeah, bro,
new
dude, I had a
studio?
good week. Good week. All my jobs went great. I was stressed about some shit. I had to reprogram a couple machines, and that went easier than I thought.
You're a programmer now.
Kinda. I can
dabbled.
literally say I've dabbled in some Alan Bradley programming now. It's cool. I know what I'm doing. You know, I'm a professional now. But then I had this big machine that had to go up to 100,000 volts, which is a lot.
That's a lot.
A lot.
That's murder you volts in a
Yeah,
second. Split
yeah.
second.
Yeah, and it's not only murder you, because like normally everything's in a safe environment. What I'm always worried more about is like what's going to be close to the shit that's going to short out and fuck their equipment up, and then
Right.
now all of a sudden I just bricked their like $200,000 shit, you know.
Yeah.
So that went off without a hitch, and all my jobs went great. But I will say I was in San Francisco, I was in Sacramento, and fucking Northern California is just so beautiful, dude. I think I'm a California boy.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know. There's people out there that hate it because of politics and bullshit, but like the place itself is amazing. Everything I saw in San Francisco was gorgeous. I saw the Golden Gate, drove across it like 4 times. Saw it from like they have like different staged vantage points and shit where you can get good pictures. I got a ton of pictures. Follow me on Facebook. You'll get to see all of them. I'm gonna do a picture dump here soon. I see all the painted ladies, dude. That's the they call them the painted ladies, but it's the houses from the Full House intro.
Yeah.
You know, like those houses. It's like, oh, that's iconic San Francisco. I went there, dude.
Nice.
It was so cool. And then the other thing is like this dude said, "Oh yeah, you were there, like right down the road's the Mrs. Doubtfire house." I'm like, get the fuck out of here! I missed the Mrs. Doubtfire house though, because that would have been another cool one. Like I feel like I like more like, hey, I watch that show all the time. Now I'm here. I want to take a picture of that more than I am like any other
Right.
landmarks and shit.
Yeah.
But I missed the Mrs. Doubtfire house. I'll have to hit that one next time. But great food, sunshine, dude. San Fran was a little bit chillier because you're on the bay there, but Sacramento was fucking 80 degrees and sunshine already and shit. And NorCal, like, dude, I want to go where the weather's nice all the time.
There's a reason a lot of people live there, right?
Yeah.
they want nicer weather.
Yeah,
It just comes at some costs, you know?
yeah. Get a little homeless action going on.
Yeah. Population,
Population, dude. Traffic sucks.
traffic. I mean, that goes with population, I guess, but yeah. And then just like overall, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know. Part of me, like, you know, Florida's kind of the same way, right? You know,
right,
you get to those regions where it's always warm and stuff like that.
right,
But then it drops down to 50 degrees. You're like, oh my God, it's freezing out.
right,
And
right.
it's like, no, it's not. We're walking around in shorts and T-shirts and 50 degrees when
Yeah.
it's here. But it's just one of those things where it's like, how could you uproot? If you could uproot all your family and friends and just drop them in a
Right.
section there,
Right.
would you do it? Or was it kind of like, no, but we've gone through all this misery together.
Yeah.
We enjoy our seasons more over just, hey, it's always warm.
Do we though?
I kind of feel like we do.
Yeah, but if you have that boat in all year round,
Yeah, but see, here's my thought on some of this, right?
yeah,
If that boat's in all year round, I ain't using nearly as much as I use it. I almost bet that. Like if it's 80 degrees all the time at my house and I can just take my boat out all the time, eventually that's going to get old.
yeah.
When it's a seasonal thing and it's like, we got to make the best of this because the season's here.
Or what if let's say you used it the exact same amount of times, weekends out, let's say hours on it, use it the exact same year round versus season round, but you didn't have to worry about getting it in and getting it ready and pulling it out and getting it stored and doing all of that
I mean,
BS.
other things would come with that because you have to get it, pull it out and clean it and do some stuff like that all the
You
time.
probably
But
clean that bitch once every 2 years, you know?
probably twice a year, I would think, because you're going to get algae buildup, barnacle buildup, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying It wouldn't be great, but I feel like you still wouldn't use it as much.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate it a little more.
Yeah.
I get that.
It makes you appreciate everything more. And then you know what? There's a good amount of time in the winter where it's like I kind of like that I'm stuck inside because it's cold and shitty out.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, no, like it's like you don't feel bad.
You don't
because
get that, you don't get that guilt because you're just. I just want to sit inside today. Like, why? It's such a beautiful day.
yeah, it's like no, it's crappy out and
Yeah.
like it's cold, and I can just sit inside and play video games all day.
Right.
You don't have that guilt factor, right?
Yeah, I feel you there, but I just fucking. I'd be a lot cooler with it if the shitty season in this area didn't last as long.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where you look at like the Carolinas or something like that, where
Yeah.
you have more of a warmer
Kentucky.
weather.
We used to live in Kentucky, and it was almost like the perfect amount of. You didn't get snow, you got ice, but it was almost the perfect amount of season change, and then the nice weather's longer. You know.
Yeah. Mhm.
But I don't know, dude. There's a different vibe out there. Like, I don't know, people are riding their bikes all the time and like cool shit like that. Like, I love my bike, and it's like, and then that's the other thing is like, once I get used to not using it, then I almost forget about like, hey man, why don't I just take my bike out? Like that's an option. I almost forget that it's there, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I'm out there, it's like, hey, I do it all the time. You know?
I don't know. I mean, it can go. You go back and forth a lot of different ways,
Yeah.
and obviously you're paying more money to live there, regardless. So
Yeah, taxes are stupid. Gas prices are stupid. Even the food was more expensive everywhere.
everything's more expensive.
And then the traffic, dude. Like, I almost want to bring somebody that's been, even in that area, in the NorCal area between San Fran and Sacramento, there's a stretch of highway that connects the two, where there's literally nothing around you. Like, there's a couple little smaller cities here and there, but it's still a 6-lane highway. And I'm talking 6 in your direction.
Right.
You know, so 12 total. Like, I don't know how you classify a highway. Most, like 77 here is 2 north, 2 south. So technically a 4-lane, but I always call them a 2-lane highway.
Right.
Out there's a fucking 6-lane highway, and there's just cars everywhere still. Like, they have speed limits, but I don't feel like you could ever speed. Your speed's always dictated by the flow of what the fuck traffic is doing.
Right.
And it never goes over the speed limit.
Right.
You know, you have your assholes that try to weave in and out and try to, you know, what are you going to save? Like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
But literally it's like, oh, we're all going 65. That's it.
Right.
You know, because there's so many fucking cars here. You can't do anything else. You literally can't do anything else.
Yeah, and that's the throw up. I mean, you're going to be in
Yeah.
a highly populated area. I still don't get why New York is so highly populated.
New York went up.
It's like a high.
High population density. Yeah, they built up. Where I feel like a lot of those
worse than where we live.
Well,
Their
yeah.
seasons are even more terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's a port city. Those port cities started that way because that's how you get goods in and out,
Yeah.
you know? And
Industry, I get it.
Yeah.
And then they just built like a mega tall buildings and do all that, but it's like
Yeah.
I would never want to live there.
Yeah.
Seasons are even worse.
Yeah.
Unless you love snow a lot, but
Like, and I get the vibe of New York. It's cool. It's like you got your little couple blocks. Like, oh, that's the corner store I always go to. Oh man, that fruit stand down there is dope. Like, you can walk everywhere. Like,
yeah.
Nobody really has cars in New York, but I feel like California, a lot of the towns out there, which I've never been to LA, but the San Diego, San Francisco, even Sacramento, it's like they didn't build up so high. They spread out more.
Right.
And everybody has cars, so that's why they have like those super fucking highways and all that bullshit. And that's why they have so much fucking smog too. Like,
Oh, it's a giant state as well. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a big state.
Yeah. So they spread out, whereas New York's like, oh, we got this this tiny little area here. Let's keep going up.
Yeah.
Let's pack them in, load them up.
Right. So, I mean, there's obviously a lot of industry and things that come out of New York. And,
Yeah.
It's a mecca for like food and stuff like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm also saying I would never live there. Like that seems like if you're living on the East Coast, you're either going down to like Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. I don't know why
Yeah.
the hell you'd want to be anywhere else.
Yeah, I feel like, and the vibe I get is especially East Coast cities, well, Northeast Coast cities, everything's grittier. If you want to raise a family there, they're going to raise up tough, you know?
Right.
Like it's just grittier. Whereas California's like, there's still a lot of fucking people. It's still pretty gritty. But it's because there's sun shining. It just makes it feel better. Honestly,
Yeah, they're just happier,
literally,
right?
like you're literally in it's almost the same fucking thing. There are some differences, but you're almost in the same situation. But the weather's nice. So, so,
This entire state might go to the ocean if there's a fault, but you know,
oh yeah,
or an earthquake, big enough
Yeah.
earthquake to drop them straight in San Andreas Fault, right? Yeah,
yeah,
drop 'em straight in the water, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. I feel like if you're in too nice of a place, there's a good like you're gonna get messed up by
Right.
Mother Nature.
right.
Like Florida's nice, right? Florida's nice most of the time.
Hurricanes.
You're gonna nailed by hurricanes.
Yeah,
California's nice. Earthquakes all the time.
earthquakes. Yeah,
Wildfires.
wildfires. Even
You look at the
they don't get a lot of rain, so everything just catches on fire.
yeah, oh yeah, and droughts and you
Yeah.
know you a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
You look at like the southern up to the middle of the country states. It's like, oh, you know what? It's pretty decent here,
yeah,
but you got no hills to protect you from wind. So there's naders all the way, tornadoes everywhere, and then you get way up north, and it's like, oh no, you get blizzards.
right.
You get blizzards up here, but you don't have to worry about that.
And rust.
Yeah. So then you just got Ohio, where we live, and
Yeah.
it's just like, all right, well, you got a chance of tornadoes. They can happen.
Yep.
Sure. Hurricanes? No, not really. You're just going to get a lot of rain from when it does destroy Florida. Or
Once it makes it inland and dies down, like you're fine.
you know, high winds and blah, blah, blah. Snow, you get some, but
Yeah.
not a ton. We just get like the remnants of the worst storms.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like no matter where you move in the United States, something at some point in time is probably going to suck.
It's gonna fuck you up. Yeah. I guess.
And are
it's
you
whatever,
ready for it?
Whatever elements you can be used to or ready for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That kind of basically breaks down. You know what elements can you live with?
I wonder which state has had the least amount of tornadoes ever.
I don't know.
It's got to be like southern, eastern, maybe like West Virginia, because it's
Do they
like
have
on a
tornadoes
mountain.
in like North Dakota?
West Virginia is like a mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. Naders are gonna die down in mountains and stuff.
Yeah, because they can't like the hill.
That's probably why there's
elevation.
so much trash everywhere because they don't. Naders never came through and like picked it up and moved it out.
There you go, West Virginia again. We'll never have a West Virginia audience, thanks to Steve.
Unless they want to talk about how they hate me, then. But
yeah, true. You'd be like, "Which cousin are you?"
yeah. But no, like even like out there too, like you don't get rust out there. There's so many cool older cars.
Yeah,
Like I can imagine buying a car and being able to keep it for 30 years because it just doesn't fall apart and rust out. Like there's a whole cool like 90s JDM scene out there with all these cool little like Honda Civics, Integras, all the cool little VTECs and shit. The ones that came popular with the Fast and the Furious series that still look pristine. You know, even
yeah.
stockers, like stock cars, like nobody even souped them up or like put body kit. You know, nobody even tried to make them look cool. It's just like there's so many older cars, even old pickup trucks and shit. Which trucks are kind of dying out there. Gas guzzlers die out there. But there's so many cool cars that like holy fuck, dude. Like, dude's got a '93 Civic and it looks brand fucking new. It's probably got like 240,000 miles on it, but it looks brand new because the elements aren't just rotting it away.
Right.
You know?
You're not getting all the corrosion elements.
Yeah, they're not in a rust belt and shit.
Fewest tornadoes. Who'd be your number one guest?
Fewest tornadoes, number one guess. I'm gonna say
all states in the U.S.
Seattle. No, Washington. Then I named a city.
Yeah, you named city. Alaska.
Oh,
Go a little further north, buddy.
Fuck it. I forgot. What about the
That's
contiguous? What about the 48?
Delaware.
Oh fuck.
For Delaware's a thimble.
Yeah.
Next would be Hawaii, which
Okay.
I don't think a tornado would touch down as I'm done. I'm gone. See ya. And then Maine. So anything northern.
Okay.
Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Washington, D.C.
Gotcha.
Why do they put Washington, D.C. on there? Anyways.
Yeah.
No. Maybe this isn't. Why they have, he says, is there a state that doesn't have tornadoes? Alaska, Rhode Island, and Washington, D.C. I don't think Washington, last time I checked, Washington, D.C. is not a state.
It's not a state. It's technically a territory, but it counts.
Gotcha. I mean, it's like just a thimble, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, that just goes to prove the point. Further north you are, it's cold as shit.
Or the smaller you are.
Or the smaller you are, you can't touch me, NATO.
Yeah. It'd be like if we boiled fucking Tuscarawas County down to a state. It'd be like, oh yeah,
I've seen one maybe in the last 200 years. I don't know.
yeah, the one that got Mineral City there like 10 years back.
Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You also have never seen this, and this because you're so tiny. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Why does somebody just absorb that state, Just be like, absorb it.
Yeah, I don't understand how states work.
You just get different politicians and leaders and governors and
not to dabble too much into politics. Like, why can't we just? I had this idea. All right, hear me out. We're gonna dabble in politics for a little bit. We don't like to talk about them because it's very polarizing. But why
it's
can't?
not a damn good time normally.
But why? I think I found a solution.
Okay.
Why can't, just like guidance counselors in high schools, they say, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" I want to be a this. Go to that school. I want to be a that. Go to that school. Why can't they be like, what do you believe in? What rights or whatever, whatever bullshit you think is important on a political scale, what do you believe in? And they say, oh, this is not. This is the state for you. Because the state laws support that. Or this is the state for you because the state laws support that. Why can't. Why does it always have to be a fucking federal thing? Like, politics would be so much better if it wasn't federal. It was more local.
Because there's no state where you don't have to pay taxes, and then everybody would be like, "I just don't want to pay taxes."
Yeah, I feel like because traveling around a lot more makes me realize why certain states and certain areas, the things are important to them, but they don't apply to other places.
Right.
And that's what people don't fucking understand is it doesn't apply to you. So why does it have to be a federal thing? Why can't it just be regional?
And it's not that a state has to respect a federal right away, too, either. Like,
technically, they don't have to.
They don't have to. They can do what they want.
Right.
Which is weird and all. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of that free governed stuff of like, I get it, but it's tough to manage it, I guess.
Right.
Essentially,
Right.
That note, we got a dog barking crazy, and
I think we need to take a break.
Take a little 5-minute.
If you're watching live, I'm gonna queue up the live break here, and we'll see you.
We'll be right back.
We'll see you. Let's say give her like 5 to 10.
We back.
Video's back. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, watching us live. We had to take a little break there. Turn this music down and off. Yeah, we're back. I'm gonna change pace a little bit.
Yeah, enough about those politicals.
States and things and all that stuff.
Yeah. Constitutional rights.
So let's talk football a little bit.
Yeah, NFL draft.
Draft day was
yesterday.
Yesterday. We're recording on Friday, so when this releases, all of this will be done by the time. But our Browns haven't picked anybody yet, right?
No. I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow they get their first. I think their first and second rounders got traded off.
Yeah.
For Deshaun Watson, but it was. I watched it yesterday. The QB number 1, he got drafted. Our boy C.G. Stroud on the Buckeyes got drafted number 2.
Nice.
So like people are hungry for quarterbacks. A running back went in round 1, which is weird. They don't normally. But
Yeah.
they must have high hopes for him. So
Yeah.
I forget it took him the Texans or somebody like that. But I'm probably getting it all messed up because I was drinking quite a few beers and I really don't care that much. But it was still fun to watch,
Yeah.
I was smashing some wingies, watching the draft with our boy Eric Wheeler.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a damn good time. So,
But so the one thing pertaining to football that I really wanted to bring up,
yeah,
I wanted to bring this up last week, but we didn't have time. This is an article from, actually, it's a tweet from ESPN Fantasy Sports.
okay.
And it's got the 2023 running back rankings. Okay? And I'm going to
Nick Chubb better be number 1.
guess where he's at in the top 10.
They're probably going to put him at 2 or 3, I would say.
Not even there.
No shot.
Right? Like, there was such a fucking slight towards Nick Chubb. I don't know what the fuck ESPN has against this dude, but they're projecting he's not even in the top 10 for the 2023 fantasy. And this is even fantasy.
Fantasy?
Yeah. So I'll go through the top 10. At 10, Ramon Stevenson. 9, Ken Walker III. 8, Tony Pollard. 7, Bijan Robinson. 6, Josh Jacobs. 5, Derrick Henry. 4, Jonathan Taylor, which fuck that. He didn't do shit for me at all. 3, Saquon Barkley, which he did a lot of shit for me.
Yeah.
Then 2, Christian McCaffrey. That dude was a stud. And number 1, Austin Eckler, which a stud.
Right.
There's studs on there, but why the fuck is Nick Chubb not in any of that conversation? Top 10?
I don't know. I don't know because I think I forget where he finished last year. He had to be in the top 10 of running backs for fantasy. I mean, I had him.
Yeah.
And
he did good work for you.
He was amazing. Yeah.
There
was games where he wasn't so good, but that's because they decided the Browns were going to be idiots and pass the ball all the time. And maybe that's what they're considering. Maybe they think the Browns are going to go for a different structure. Now that Deshaun's been there a year or a quarter of the year, and they're going to go for more of a passing game, and they're not going to utilize him as much.
That
I doubt it.
could be, but
I doubt it.
Chubb's still going to be a major player.
Oh, my God. He's going to run the shit out of that ball, and I would draft him over
And maybe
99% of running backs.
Maybe
for
not
sure.
even points per game, but like if you look at average yardage, he was a leader.
Yeah. Oh, no, totally. I just, when they got down the goal line, they decided to pass it instead of letting him just eat.
Maybe they just think the Browns ain't going to do shit, or they're going to pass. Or
I don't know. I don't know what the thought is in that. I disagree with that.
yeah.
Oh,
100%.
I think Chubb's a top 10 running back,
Yeah.
if not a top
For
3
fantasy,
running back.
easy.
Top 3, I would say.
For fantasy, easy.
Yeah. He does. Now, I understand that everybody, they signed Kareem
Yeah.
Hunt. So everybody was always like, well, Kareem takes it at the goal line, so he gets the touchdowns. He didn't last year.
No.
He didn't last year. He couldn't get in there. So they just put Chubb in, and guess who got the touchdown?
Chubb.
I
Yeah.
mean, he was an easy 20, typically 20 fantasy points a game.
Right.
Like, you, that's all you want as a running back. Yeah. Do you want bigger games? 100%. But if you get a running back that's consistently 20 a game,
Yeah.
you play that guy all the time. And I even listened to a podcast called the Fantasy Footballers, probably one of the bigger ones. And one of the guys in there was like, I don't know why, because probably just the Browns. But why does Nick Chubb not get more attention?
Right.
He is an absolute animal, and he's out there for 80, 90% of the snaps.
Yeah.
He blocks.
I mean,
He does everything. He is a beast. He gets extra yardage when he touches that ball, typically 60, 70% of the time. He is an animal. He's an animal, and everybody overlooks him. Everybody does.
And maybe it's, because in a lot of fantasy football, it's always looking at the best points for that week, right? It's the ceiling. You always want to find the high ceiling, but
Kind of.
you need that floor. Chubb's got the floor. That dude was a 20-pointer every fucking
The
week.
floor is amazing. I like the floor better than I like the ceiling.
You need an
Because the
average.
floor knows, okay, I'm going to get this many points no matter what. Now, what's my ceiling? Okay,
Right.
my ceiling could be amazing. But
Right.
if you have a solid floor,
Right.
you know you're good.
Right.
Because you're going to have bad weeks in fantasy no matter what. And you got to swap players.
Well,
out.
I mean,
You gotta do some
honestly,
shit,
look at
but-
I had Lamar Jackson. I fucking love Lamar Jackson. His ceiling was high.
Mm-hmm.
His floor sucked. I couldn't rely on him to do that week to week ever.
Yeah, whereas I had Joe Burrow.
Fucking
Good floor.
Great
Good floor.
Great floor, great ceiling.
Great ceiling. Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
perfect. Just like,
Yeah.
now, did he go under his floor a few times? Absolutely.
Well, they all do, but
Yeah,
still.
against the Browns is when his
Yeah.
floor got shot out underneath from him
Right.
because they have their number. They're like our little brother. We just beat the shit out of him.
Maybe and like you said, maybe it is they're thinking a restructure, more pass pro because of Deshaun Watson.
I assume that, but I still would. He's not. You to have a good pass game, you have to have a good run game, and the Browns have had a stellar run game with their star Nick Chubb.
I'm gonna make a. I don't even know who we have as backup QBs. Did we keep Jacoby Brissett?
Well, I'm assuming he's still chilling.
Yeah, because I haven't seen our lineup at all, or what. You know,
I haven't.
obviously, we'll draft.
It's too early for me to give a shit right now.
Right.
But yeah,
I don't see Deshaun. I think we're swapping quarterbacks again this year.
no.
You don't think?
There's too much capital in Deshaun. You cannot. He's playing the entire year.
Even if he sucks?
Even if he sucks, does not matter. But you're gonna see a better Deshaun this year. I can guarantee that.
I hope for it.
He's
I
stuck.
would
He
love
came
for
in
it.
late. He's got the feet. He's got everything going on. He just didn't get to play with the team that much because he wasn't allowed to be in practices. He wasn't allowed to do anything. This is going to be a full reset.
I know, but I know.
Oh, do we?
Our luck in the quarterback department, and I don't think it's a hard solve. I don't think we have a hard solve.
Oh, is it more than likely going to be shit? Probably, because
Yeah.
that's what we're used to.
Yes,
I
like
don't get your hopes up high, but he's
my hopes say that he's going to come out and be an all-star stud, amazing, awesome, great. We're seeing deep playoffs, Super Bowl contenders. I would love for that.
I just want to get the playoffs this year.
The realist in me as a Browns fan is he's out. He's out at the end of the season.
No,
I'm gonna do a hot take right now.
This is too big an investment. They will never do that.
Do you want to do a gentleman's bet?
Sure.
Low stakes.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe we go back to doing we did a Super Bowl bet where one of us had to eat an onion.
Okay.
I will eat an onion if now
Let's not go whole onion. Maybe let's do.
or something. There's got to be something stupid because I feel like he's not going to perform, and they're they're going to pull him.
How about a habanero?
Now, are we talking starting or
They're not going to pull him.
they're going to pull him? Or he'll get injured.
you're-
We're not going to count injuries?
No, you can't count injuries. 'Cause you're talking two different things there.
I know, but I don't think he's going to be our guy. I don't have a good feeling about it.
Well, that's fine, but I'm telling you, they're never going to pull him. You're talking about the biggest trade offer ever to
Right.
have this man on our field.
Right.
There is no sense in the world that they
And
would ever pull that.
I get the cohesion of the team. I get he didn't have enough time to practice with players. I get all of that, but that dude completely, he should have been halfway better. He should have been a little bit better. That dude
Sure.
did not perform worth fucking shit last season.
Sure, but I feel like it was the tail end. You already beat up. You don't.
Yep.
He was just he didn't play football for how many a few years.
Right.
So yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying, but I feel like once he gets in the zone, it could be a lot better. It could be a lot better. There's nobody out there that's completely
And you would
saying he's going to be a piece of shit. All of them are saying he was a piece of shit for getting hand jobs.
right.
But
And,
that's
and
it.
hopefully he comes in the league. Hopefully he comes in this year ready to prove a point, get his stature back, or the dude could just be sitting on the money and not giving a fuck.
I mean, it could be.
So I don't think
I don't think that's true because I think most football players even that when you make a bag, you don't want to do that
the second he gets sat. And that's the other thing, because I know sometimes with our setup, even last year whenever we brought him in, they went back and forth between Jacoby and him just because of different play styles and shit like that. I don't want to include that into the bet because I get that kind of coaching status, right?
they threw Jacoby in for a stuff play.
But I want to hear what
QB sneak play.
Do you think Deshaun Watson's going to play every play minus injury? Without, we'll take injury off the table. You think Jacoby's going to play Deshaun Watson's going to play every play?
Yes, unless they put in a QB sneak and then they put Brissett in just to,
So he'll be listed as a starter. Might get subbed out just for one or two plays because of bullshit.
yeah, because Jacoby's a
But the second he gets pulled out,
bigger dude
and somebody else comes in as a finisher
for a set of downs
and runs series.
for a set of downs, minus if they're blowing somebody out or they're getting blown out.
Right, yeah. I will disqualify put the subs in.
Yeah, but Jacoby's not coming out to play 4 downs if it's a tight game or if it's any kind of close game. No, absolutely not.
Okay. But the second
I will eat an onion, a habanero,
we'll figure out the steaks.
whatever.
Well, I want to shake on it, but I don't want to figure out the steaks. We need to know.
We'll
the
figure it
steaks
out.
now.
We got plenty of time till then. So
We'll just say an onion for now.
okay,
I don't think Deshaun Watson is going to last this season.
I think you're crazy to think that, but that's fine. Nobody pays that much money for a quarterback and then has him sit on the bench.
Nobody gets paid that much money as a quarterback and shows up the way he did last year.
I mean, I can agree but disagree. It just is what it is. He came into a shit show basically, anyways. So it'll get better. We have a lot of injured players too.
Yeah.
You gotta take that in the factor. We
Right.
have a healthy team coming to the new year that he's practiced with, he's been with, he's made connections with. A lot more is going to
Yeah.
happen. So,
I hope I'm wrong.
yeah, enjoy your onion. That's all I'm saying.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, as an NFL perspective, there would be no reason to bench that motherfucker.
I mean, anything can happen. Any given Sunday, right?
They'd love to let Browns fans dictate what they do, I'm sure. But anyways, enough about that.
Enough about that. I got another fun thing I wanted to bring up here.
Yeah.
So I saw this article, and it is the most paused movie scenes in the history of Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And
What year are we going back to?
the history of Hollywood.
The history.
History. Well, let's see. It doesn't say when this article was published, but I started scrolling through. I saw like maybe like top 3, and then I don't know what the rest else. So I have a sneak peek into some of them. I wanted to ask you and just kind of talk about it, right?
3 Titties Total Recall.
3 Titties Total Recall.
Just throwing that out there real quick.
I don't even know if it's on the list. It could be.
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there because I feel like.
Okay, so before we even get into the list, you're already because after the list, I was going to see if like you had an honorable mention, but
That's mine right there. Boom.
so boom. Even if it's on the list, that's your most paused scene.
And
Probably.
that had to be, when did that movie come out? Probably 90. In the 90s? Well, it might have been an 80s movie. I don't even know. When did Total Recall come out? Holy crap.
1990.
All right. I said 1990.
There was a reboot in like 2012, but the original.
Yeah, no,
1990.
No. Yeah, 1990. Yeah, 3 titties at the bar. She
titties.
had 3 titties. I just remember that when I was a kid. Like, she had 3 titties. And I remember it got paused on multiple times.
But so we're gonna start out. The first one, you're gonna be familiar with Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Oh yeah.
where I forget the actress's name.
All right.
But she comes out of the pool.
She's got boobies out.
Down, bum, 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 right? I feel like that's the song. Funny thing is, I don't think I've ever seen that whole movie.
Oh, I definitely have.
And I know I've looked up the scene and I've paused it, just to see, because she's a very beautiful woman. Phoebe Cates. Phoebe Cates' character Linda enjoys a swim with her friend Stacy. But the most paused moment comes when Linda climbs up the steps. Here, let me move that over here so you can see it.
Yeah.
And then Basic Instinct.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? Sharon Stone, she crosses her legs. I can't remember. I feel like I've looked and you can't really see bush.
Is there like a panty shot or what? I don't. Is it like full nude underneath it?
She wasn't wearing panties, but there's like shadowy bush.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. This one, number 3, is The Little Mermaid. A 1989 film.
It's an animated film. Why are you pausing that?
So apparently during this scene, which the viewers should be watching this now, when she gets her legs, she was nude, but her hair's covering like all the bits and pieces. But
Yeah.
they said that the animators got a little somewhere
Creative?
in there. Somewhere in there you could see the little cross shot or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Well, you got to realize that like maybe a lot of these people pausing the movies were probably children. I don't know. I've never done it to that.
How do you even track that stat? Because I've been a VCR.
I feel like this is still all opinion based.
Sure. Okay. Right. It's all sexual so far. So yeah.
So, well, here's the first non-sexual one: Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
That one scene when they're coming through the yellow brick road, they got that dude hanging in the background that apparently hung himself and shit. I know for sure I paused the movie in there to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to make note of that. I saw that one. Fight Club. I remember the scene because during the movie he was talking about how he's a film editor and he'd always splice in pictures of a big cock,
Yeah.
kids films and shit, and they played with that throughout the film where whenever Edward Norton was kind of going crazy or coming into being Tyler Durden, where they would blip Tyler Durden into different scenes. I don't ever remember pausing it, but I remember noticing it. There's like 2 or 3 different points in time where like he would just blip on the screen for a shot.
Yeah.
So that one makes sense. I don't remember ever pausing it during that.
Gotcha.
And then I think that's where I stopped. So we got Star Wars: A New Hope. Stormtroopers walk through the door. One of them accidentally hits their head on.
Is that on the doorway?
Yeah.
Walk.
That's pretty funny. Okay, I've never done that one.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, you can't see what's going on.
We have Jurassic World. Oh, Jimmy Buffett. Yep.
Oh, pausing for Jimmy Buffett. Yeah, I remember him. I actually remember because it's like Margaritaville. He's like, "Oh, I'm out of here." Yep. Like, takes his margarita.
He's got 2 margs in his hand.
Yeah.
I do remember.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah,
actually, I didn't have to pause it. I was like, "Oh, it's Jimmy Buffett." My wife's like, "What?" I'm like, "It's Jimmy Buffett. He's running away with 2 margaritas."
yeah. So that one for sure I've done. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, Jessica.
Jessica Rabbit's bodacious animated character in 1988. That was 88.
Was it 88?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So what? There's one scene in an anime character where there's a lot more than many viewers expect to see, but it's important to keep in mind she's not a real character. What did she reveal?
I don't know.
I remember being,
I just remember her being all flirtatious the whole time.
Uber sexual, yeah, for sure.
Big ass titties and booty and like,
yeah,
just like, but skinny in the waist.
I don't remember any part where I needed to pause it.
No, I'm just like, I'm a little kid, and I'm like,
Psycho, the American. I never seen it. From 1960.
No, it's just all that.
Norman Bates. If you've seen the movie, you know how it ends when Norman Bates is arrested and taken to jail. The scene which paused most comes when Bates took the camera and viewers can see an image of a skull over his creepy face for a brief. Okay. You can kind of see there. Apparently, that's the pause scene. How like his teeth are showing through the smile. Okay, I get that.
It's extra creepy looking.
Never did it. Lion King. So they saw one thing when Mufasa and Sarabi are sitting on a rock. Yeah. So as he like flumps down as a lion on this rock, all the dust and all the like dander, and it spells out sex.
Oh, I've heard that with like.
And it totally does because I'm one of the people that paused it there. Yes.
And they said like Aladdin had some stuff like sexual innuendos behind it too.
Yeah.
From the sound guys and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, so it totally did kind of spell out a weird sex in the dust. I paused it there, saw it.
Mandela effect.
Been there, done that. Wild Things. Oh my fucking God. How hard did you come into puberty when you watched Wild Things?
Lesbian.
Seriously.
All right, let's go.
1998. Neo-noir crime went on to make $67.2 million. But whenever Neve Campbell and, why can't I think of her name? Denise Richards, whenever they were making out in the pool. I mean, get out of here.
Get him out of here.
Dude, I think I went into puberty that day. Tron 1982, never seen it. Seen the movie that won people over. For instance, David Warner,
who's playing Pac-Man.
plays Ed Dillard, can be seen playing a quick game of Pac-Man. If you don't believe us, look. Okay. All right. That's kind of cute.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think obviously you're getting mostly into sexuality, and then there's a few like cool things, but obviously there's a bunch of dudes just pausing at titties.
Amanda Bynes, and She's the Man. Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. Yeah, I mean,
there's so many pause-worthy scenes in there. Oh shit! They're saying so. This one's more for the ladies. There's one particular scene which almost everyone had to pause. In the scene, Diggler takes his shirt off in the front of the crew to see whatever they wanted to see. Mark Wahlberg without his shirt on.
Marky Mark.
Yeah, bro. Teen Wolf. Why would I pause that?
I've seen some Teen Wolf penis.
And then Star Wars. Fuck that. Cabin in the Woods. I'm going to scroll past some of these. Toy Story 3. Why would I pause on Toy Story 3? Oh, because the kid Sid from the very first one, apparently they show him as like a regular guy later on in the series.
Yeah.
All right, these are starting to get done. Oh, Titanic. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of sexual.
Yeah.
To start with. And it will.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
It will always be a lot of.
Get the fuck out of here with that lady. Oh my God, Margot Robbie.
Hey, there's Total Recall.
And then Total Recall.
Three
Strange,
titties.
bizarre image, for instance, 3 body parts. I wonder if mine's on here. I don't know. The Rescuers, cartoon, Star Wars. No. 3 men and a baby. Oh, didn't somebody like die there or something? Was that something to do with the movie? Maybe people pause in a particular scene. He decided to have a cardboard cutout. Ted Danson standing in the background.
All right, we're getting too deep. But anyways,
So
I feel like there's always a lot of those good pause scenes. I remember some hilarious ones, and like some that my friends even brought up to me that I like. They'd be like, want to rewind 2 seconds, be like, watch this, and then they'd like loop it.
yeah,
And I remember one my buddy Mitch did was the Happy Gilmore, and it's like it's terrible acting that almost makes it funny.
yeah,
I mean, I don't remember in Happy Gilmore when he gets hit by the VW
yeah,
little beetle, and the lady in the back goes,
yeah.
my buddy thought that was so funny. He kept rewinding. Just like,
It's funny because I know I've done that before too. That's such.
yeah, it's like such terrible acting at
Yeah.
that moment that it makes it hilarious.
Yes,
too.
I forget that actress's name, but she's in Modern Family now. It's,
Yeah.
yeah. I know I've watched that one over again just because it's a stupid phrase or quote or something. I don't know. We didn't go far enough down, but I will say it's probably not on there. The one that I paused and looked at the most. Do you remember Under Siege with Steven Seagal,
Oh hell yeah,
where the lady comes out of the cake
yeah.
with her boobies out?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, that one for sure.
You took advantage of that one.
Yeah, and I remember that's we had a VCR whenever that was a brand new feature that you could go slow mo in too.
Yeah.
Click it, you pause it, and then you click the slow mo button, and it just goes into slow. And then, yeah, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
So you went for 3 boobs, I went for 2.
yeah, I beat you. It's fine. I need an extra one.
And it's so funny you brought up the Happy Gilmore thing because I know I've been there before too. It's like that exact scene, the way
It's a
she
little
says
comedy
it,
scene or
the
whatever it
way she says it is so fucking stupid, but it's
is. It's like her weird voice is cracking. It's weird. It's like she does a
if I can find
terrible job at it.
I wonder
but
if I can find that.
anyway, it's funny. But yeah, I'm sure. Hey, let us know your guys. Facebook us, tweet us, Instagram us, message us. Let us know your favorite movie scenes that
know
maybe
if-
you stopped and rewind.
I don't know if it'll get taken down, but it's on YouTube.
There it is. Like it just sounds so terrible.
The way she says it is so stupid.
Yeah, but if you guys have any to add to that are good, I mean that's a pretty big list.
Yeah, let us know.
We
Let
went
us
through
know
a
some
lot.
good scenes.
I mean, I can think of a couple more that I always had. Like,
Yeah.
But mainly it's like big famous quotes. It's not like it's
Right.
funny and stuff like that. But like there's moments where I was like, that was badass. I gotta watch that again.
Yeah, I know there's one stupid, and I don't even bring it up because I have nowhere to go with the story. But you have these dumb ones that you played over and over again because of the way they said something, or the way like the scene transition is, or something like that's stupid. And you just play it over and over
Yeah.
and over again because that's what we did as '90s kids. Because we weren't just flooded with all that fucking all this entertainment to deal with.
Well, I
It's
feel
like
like
we
it's-
had to watch the same movie over and over and over again.
That's why I really love James Bond movies because it was like quick one-liners and then action. You didn't really have to follow a story.
Who's your favorite James Bond?
Ooh, man, probably. I mean, Sean Connery is pretty badass.
Yeah.
He's a pretty badass James Bond for the time and era he was in.
Yeah.
Probably one of the all-time greats. Pierce Brosnan was pretty decent, but I do appreciate the new age now with
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
He had a couple bad ones, but they recovered the series so well.
Yeah.
But I think he's either doing his last one or he's done, and they're trying to find a new James Bond. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But
I was always, whenever I got into the series, it was Pierce. So Pierce is mine because that's how I've started to like the series.
Sean Connery. I mean, he was always on USA.
Yeah.
USA Network.
Sean Connery.
And they just have marathons, and I'd sit there and just, as a kid, just watch marathons of James Bond. That's how I became such a gentleman, really.
Right.
Is James Bond.
Yeah.
Because you learn to be a gentleman, but you can still murder people.
Yeah.
But you're also going to bang all the ladies.
It's funny you bring up Sean Connery, too, because I was just out in San Francisco. I loved the movie The Rock with Sean Connery.
Oh, yeah.
And
one of my favorites.
Why can't I think of his fucking
Nicolas
name?
Cage.
Nicolas Cage, yeah. And I got to see
Welcome to The Rock.
I didn't get close to Alcatraz, but I took a picture of it from a distance, and like that's the first thing I thought of. It's The Rock. like I can't look at that place, that image of Alcatraz, without thinking of Sean Connery saying,
"Welcome to The Rock."
The Rock.
Welcome to The Rock.
And then I always think of fucking Nicolas Cage going, "I'll take pleasure in getting you, boy."
Such good. And then the massive weight of talent, Nicolas Cage's new movie.
That's
so good.
ridiculous.
And they got he's got the chemical balls in there.
Yeah.
All that. So good.
The VX gas. Glass or plastic, glass or plastic.
Yeah. It's so good. But that movie's so good too. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
And
Pedro
that's
Pascal.
I love Sean Connery. Like,
And it's
just
brought up, yeah.
banger of a. Somehow he became, well, because of James Bond, he became like a badass out of that. It's like,
Yeah.
he should have never been, but he got the James Bond role when
Badass
he was
gentleman.
younger. But that fits Sean Connery.
I forget what James Bond movie it was, too, that I went back and watched with Sean Connery in it. And, like, they were out by a pool. And there's a lady in a bikini, and she was like, he was talking to probably like the nemesis of the movie. And this lady came up and talked to him, like, blah, blah. And he's like, "Now go on, sweetheart. The men have to talk about something." He smacked her on the ass and sent her on his way. It's like, oh shit! Like, back then it was different.
Yeah, a little bit. No, not fly today.
Yeah, I know.
But I also like they tried to pull James Bond away from that for a little bit.
Yeah.
They tried to be like, "Oh, he's gonna have a relationship, and he's gonna be this man. And he's got this strong supporting woman." And everybody's like, "No, it's not James Bond.
You're not playing to your audience.
No, he is a bit of a womanizer.
Philanderer.
He's a bit of a womanizer. We know that because he's James Bond.
Yeah.
But he's just there for a good time.
Yeah.
And then he's
'Cause
gonna
he
kill.
could die tomorrow.
Yeah, he's gonna kill 40, 50 people, and then
Yeah.
hey, babe, like thanks.
He's a secret agent.
Yeah,
He doesn't have time for relationships.
No, because when he did, they all got killed. That's how they
You
made
know,
it. That's how they
yeah.
wrote that, and then they wrote it out of it.
The only
and it was like
relationship he has time for is killing the mark, right?
good. Yeah, they wrote it in there thinking like, oh, this is gonna be a good story, and then they killed her off like the
Yeah.
next one. They're like, nope, she
And
did.
then he got mad and turned into a revenge flick. We don't want a
Yeah.
revenge flick. We want covert operation, stop the
Yeah.
terrorist shit. Like,
And he's supposed to just have good relationships with women that want to have relationships with him. It's all mutual, okay?
right.
Damn, I
They-
feel like I'm treading water right now.
Yeah. Those women that hooked up with him on that night enjoyed it too.
And-
They knew what they were in for.
Yeah. Hey, they wanted it.
Yeah.
They asked for God, this is getting bad real quick. We need to cut it off now.
Actually,
All right, guys. Hey, I just want to see Steve G have a damn good time.
to be honest with you, we've got plenty of time into this episode. We could probably break right now. Let's
Yeah, I think we should before
yeah.
we get
let's go-
canceled for the
let's-
rest of our lives.
I want to thank you guys for joining us in the new studio. Let us know. I mean, this decor here is obviously fucking golden. But let us know if there's anything you would like for us to change about it.
Oh, I fixed this picture real quick. Got it.
Did it. Dude, it's perfect now. Take this chance to click like and subscribe, share with your friends, share with grandma. Grandpa would probably love that. James Bond talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let him know. And always hit us up.
Womanizing.
Hit us up on all the socials, all that fun stuff. And like you said, Cody, Did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time. Steve, did you have a damn good time?
I had a damn good time.
Well, then to the next one.
And we hope you guys had a damn good time. Join us next week for another one. Cheers.
Love you.
Love you.